Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be about a blurb on surprisingly Halloween. So, much to a lot of people's surprise, when you go to Japan, um, the Japanese are getting into Halloween. It's really weird. Um, there is a lot of decorations and a lot of costumes and lots of Halloween parties going on Halloween weekend. And so I was no exception to the trend, and I went to a Halloween party hosted by the Niji no Kai student group. And it was really fun, and I had a good time. But what I want to talk about today is my costume snafu. So, for those of you who know me, I, every year from the age of 3 to now, have always gone to the effort to, have a creative costume for Halloween and not dress as, like, a prostitute. But this year, I said to myself, well, I'm low on time. I don't I don't have any idea what to do for a costume, and you know what? I have never dressed as a hoe for Halloween, so now I'm gonna do it. Well, I was thwarted. The Halloween gods saw my request and smited it. Because what happened was, I kept putting off getting a costume, and then finally, literally, the day of the party, I was like, I need a costume. So I went to, basically, it's a store called Don Quixote, and I would call this store, like, the Hirons of Japan. And it's literally the only store where you could find toothpaste, socks, iPhone cases, high price liquor, and I don't know, a robot in the same location. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those stores that has a little bit of everything. And so I went there and I purchased a hoe costume. However, to my regret, the costume was in like Japanese sizing, so that when I bought the costume, it came in two pieces. One is like this dress that was amazingly short, like so short I would have had to wear leggings with it. It's that short. Like, vagina dress doesn't even do it justice. Like, so short. So I got that, and then there was like a little cape. The costume was like a prostitutized version of Little Red Riding Hood. You know, I like red. It was the easiest costume to go with, and one of the cheapest. And so I went with that. And the problem is that the costume fit in the waist, surprisingly, but it did not fit my bust line even remotely. Like, even remotely. Like, I would have needed probably like another 5 inches of fabric to house these puppies. And as a result, I like literally couldn't wear it. So I was really in a rock and a hard place, and I was like, shit, what do I do? So thankfully, I was still able to use the cape that came with it, and I have, to my thankfulness, a red pencil skirt. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'm Red Riding Hood, sort of. But yeah, that was the major costume snafu. And you know what? Next year, I'm determined now. Now I'm determined to finally dress like wildly inappropriately for Halloween in terms of dressing like a prostitute, because this doesn't count. Me dressing in even a nice sexy-esque pencil skirt and then half of my costume does not count. No, no, no. Next year, I'm gonna do it. The whole thing. And that's what I have to report on Halloween. And oh, one other interesting thing. So, in America, if there's a party going on, it usually goes from like, say, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. And the Niji no Kai place had rented a party space for 2 hours from 7 to 9. And really, it was from 7 to 9. At 8:55, the people who were in charge of Niji no Kai were like, you guys, you have to get out. Like, we're like done renting our space. You need to leave. And everybody packed up their stuff, and we were out of the building by 9. So there is an interesting cultural difference that you might never have thought would have happened. And that's what I got to report on Halloween.